Remember sitting in high school learning about the Pythagorean theorem, the history of ancient civilizations? These are important subjects for sure. But think back for a moment. Did anyone ever pull you aside and explain how a credit card actually works? Did a teacher ever explain a mortgage that builds your wealth? Did a teacher explain a car loan that drains it? For the vast majority of us, the answer is a resounding no. Schools teach us how to earn a living, but they often fail spectacularly at teaching us what to do with the money once we have it. Let's get one thing straight right away. Debt is not a dirty word. At its core, debt is simply a tool. It is money that you borrow from a lender, a bank, a credit union, a family member, with the promise to pay it back over time, usually with an added fee called interest. Think of it like renting money. The interest is the rental fee you pay for the privilege of using someone else's cash before you've earned it yourself. It's a straightforward concept, but it's one that carries a lot of emotional baggage. For many people, the word immediately brings up feelings of stress. Here is the secret that the banks don't always want you to shout from the rooftops that your high school economics teacher probably never mentioned. There are two fundamentally different kinds of debt. All the borrowing, all the loans, all the credit lines can be sorted into two simple categories. Understanding this distinction is one of the most important financial lessons you will ever learn. It's the difference between using debt as a stepping stone to financial freedom and letting it become a millstone that drags you down. Imagine two people both taking on $30,000 in debt. The first person uses that money to buy a brand new luxury car. So let's break it down. Put some clear definitions. What exactly is good debt? Good debt is money you borrow to buy something that will increase in value. Good debt is money you borrow to buy something that will generate income. It's an investment in your future. Good debt helps build your net worth over the long term. The asset you buy should ideally grow in value, produce cash flow, increase your earning potential. On the other side, we have bad debt. Bad debt is the kind most people know. The reason debt has a bad rep. Bad debt buys things that lose value over time and do not generate income. Let's look at some real-life examples to make this crystal clear. The most common type of debt people encounter is credit card debt. This is the poster child for bad debt. When you swipe your credit card to buy a new television, expensive clothes, or a fancy dinner, you are borrowing money for consumption. That $800 TV will be worth half that in a year, but if you only make minimum payments, the credit card debt could balloon to over $1,000. You are paying high interest, often 20% or more, for an item that is rapidly losing value. There is no scenario where this makes you wealthier. Now, let's consider a mortgage to buy a home. For most people, this is the largest debt they will ever take on, and it's generally considered good debt. Why? Because you are borrowing money to purchase a house, which is an asset. The biggest myth in personal finance is that the path to wealth is paved with frugality alone. Saving your money is incredibly important. It's the foundation. But very few people get truly wealthy just by saving. The secret that the rich understand is leverage. Leverage is the ability to use borrowed capital to increase the potential return of an investment. Good debt is the tool that gives you that leverage. You could use $25,000 as a down payment on a $125,000 rental property. Now you control a $125,000 asset. If the property value increases by just 5% in 1 year, that's a gain of $6,250. Because you only use $25,000 of your own money, your return on your cash investment is a massive 25%. Furthermore, the rent you collect should cover expenses, and your tenant is effectively helping pay down your loan while you collect profit. This principle isn't limited to real estate. The same logic applies to starting a business. While good debt can be a powerful wealth-building tool, it can also be dangerous if mishandled. One of the most common mistakes is over-leveraging themselves. This means taking on too much debt, even if it's good debt. Buying a rental property is smart, but buying 5 rental properties in your first year with very little cash reserves is a recipe for disaster. If you have a few unexpected vacancies or a major repair bill, you could find yourself unable to make the mortgage payments. The key is to grow at a sustainable pace. Don't let your ambition outrun your financial stability. Always maintain a healthy cash buffer to cover unexpected expenses for at least 6 months. Another major pitfall is misunderstanding the terms of the loan. Read every single line, ask questions about anything you don't understand, and never, ever feel pressured to sign something on the spot. So you're faced with a decision to borrow money. How can you quickly determine if it's smart or a disaster? Use a simple litmus test. Ask a few key questions. The first and most important question is, will this debt buy an asset? Does that asset have a high probability of increasing in value? Will it generate income? Example of a clear yes: rental property or a strategic business investment. If the answer is no, it's likely bad debt. Example: vacation. The second question: are the terms of this loan favorable? Analyze the interest rate. A mortgage at 4% versus funding with a credit card at 22% is financial suicide. The third question: can I comfortably afford the monthly payment, even if things go wrong? For every young person starting out, learn to see debt not as a threat, but as an opportunity that demands respect. Your financial education is in your hands now. Don't wait for someone else to teach you. Read books, watch videos, listen to podcasts, and learn everything you can about how money really works. Your first goal should be to build a strong financial foundation, create a budget, live below your means, and build an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months' expenses. This fund is your safety net. It allows you to take calculated risks with good debt later on, knowing you can handle a setback. Your second priority should be to aggressively eliminate any and all bad debt. If you have credit card debt, make it your sworn enemy. Throw every extra dollar you can at it until it's gone. Cut up the cards if you have to. The feeling of freedom you'll get from being free of consumer debt is priceless. It clears the way for you to start using your money to build wealth instead of just servicing old purchases. Start small. Take modest steps: a certification, a modest mortgage, a small rental, and build from there. Mastering debt is about discipline, patience, and thinking long-term. Use debt to buy assets, not liabilities. If you learn this early, you put yourself miles ahead.